Hey, welcome back.
Southside Sippers.
Southside Sippers. We're doing a little something a little different. Still doing the Battle of the Rye.
Battle of the Rye, but we've decided to try to do blind tasting with the help of our oldest son. So we picked out the 4 bottles. We picked out...
We got a Willet 4-year rye.
That's right.
A Forester rye.
Old Forester. Did we do the knob? Did we put the knob in? Or did we put Bullet in?
No, we didn't do that either. Oh boy. Okay, so we know 2 of them. I can't remember the other 2.
Okay, neither. So many good choices.
That's pretty bad.
But our son marked the bottles, and they're under this.
Oh, Russell's single barrel rye.
Right, Russell's.
And then Michter's single barrel rye.
Well done, sir.
Took me a
So
minute.
the bottles are marked underneath this box. So we're going to give it a go, do the blind tasting, decide which is our favorite, and then do a grand reveal. So
yeah, this A is looking...
look a little darker than the
Looks
others.
a little dark.
Yeah.
Looks beautiful.
I know, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I mean, based on the color, there's not going to be any way for me to tell.
No,
So,
definitely not.
And I'm definitely not going to be skilled enough to know what each bourbon is on the nose. So
I've not had a Michter's rye. I mean, I may have at some point, but
well, 2 out of the 4 bottles we just opened today.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we haven't tasted it before.
3.
3? 3 out of 4?
3,
Oh my.
I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
The Michter's I bought for this. I had the Russells for a while.
Yeah.
The
Old Forester's been opened.
Oh no, they were all sealed because I bought the Old Forester for this as well.
The one I opened had already been opened. So at least one of the 4 we've tried before. But let's see. Let's give it a go. We'll see.
I don't know.
We can tell with a great reveal how low the bottle is. Now, generally, I can tell what's an Old Forester. I taste a lot of licorice in the Old Forester, so this would be putting myself to the test a bit. See if I can locate that out of this group of 4.
We haven't had the Willet Rye in a long time either. I've had that bottle for a while.
Yeah.
These are some pretty heavy pours, so this will be fun. Might not get up the steps.
We might not be able to finish this tasting. We'll see.
Yeah. Do we have the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Each A is, ooh, that's good. Each A is the same. Each B, C, and D. We don't know what they are.
See, I smell a licorice.
I do not taste the licorice.
Maybe it's just because you said licorice and now I'm smelling licorice.
To me, I smell sugared caramel. I got a little oak on the nose, but generally for bourbon, right? That's kind of par for the course.
I get a sweetness there.
And I taste sweet. That's the first taste that hits my palate. It's got a little heat to it. I know we're not supposed to be identifying these bourbons based on the bottles, but I wish I'd pay more attention to the proof.
Oh yeah, I don't remember the proof.
You know what? That second taste is a little licorice on the end.
This is I'm getting a little bit of a burn on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I know the Old Forester will be right around 100 proof.
Okay.
The Willet Rye is going to be about a 104, 109, I think.
Okay.
Russell's, I don't know. And then the Michter's, I'm going to say it's around 90 something, I would assume. So.
Oh, this has got a nice Kentucky hug at the end of it.
Well, see, my third sip was really nice
Mm-hmm.
on this.
A little, I think, outside of the licorice, I think it's got a little bit of an oaky finish, but I do taste the sugar caramel that's on the nose. I do have that taste hit my palate first. There's a slight burn, and then honestly it builds into a second burn for me and got a nice kind of warmth down in this area, and then it finishes pretty oaky. So a nice bourbon, but not super complex for me. So, I mean, I would not turn this down if someone were to pour me a glass. But first sip out of the gate, I don't know that this would be something that I would be excited to place as top on the list. I'm excited to see what these other ones are going to be.
Yeah.
Are going to be like.
It's good.
Not bad, just not complex.
It's good.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be my go-to.
No. Okay.
Clean that out.
We'll move on to B.
You got a lot still to sip on that A.
You know what?
And I don't want to see you mixing these again. The other night, I don't know what she was thinking. She mixed something with a cigar blend, and then
Oh, you put cigar blend in
I
my glass? No, you two had the cigar blend.
we had the cigar
You
blend,
and Matt.
and Matt poured his into yours.
He did not.
Yeah.
Well,
'cause he
I did
wanted
not
to-
know that.
he wanted
That's
to
no
try
wonder it
something.
tasted so awful. I am not a fan of the cigar blends. Any of them that we've tried so far. Yeah.
I don't know
So
who she is.
I will own up to the fact that yes, I mixed my bourbons. However, I did not and was not aware that a cigar blend was in there.
We're not master blenders here, okay? We don't blend bourbons.
Well,
Just
I had
saying.
like 3 glasses going. You're gonna combine them in some capacity.
Wow. I'm just gonna. Wow. I'm speechless.
You know, we sat down to play a card game. You can't sit there with oodles of bourbon glass. You gotta make room for the cards. So combine them all. I did. Now, to me, this is a little bit oaky right up front. And a little tangerine or orange, something citrusy.
I got the citrus. It could be a little woody.
You just said woody.
I did say woody. I feel like I got some fruit in there,
I do too, but I'm trying to nail it down,
like a dark fruit,
and then it's
Like a
gonna
cherry?
yeah.
maybe a cherry.
I don't know. Cherry's so tart. I don't think
I
it's
don't know,
cherry.
I got some kind of dark fruit
It's
on
not
that one.
pear, not apple.
No,
Is it grape?
that's got a huge mouthfeel though. It's
It
still
does.
like
It's
just
still in there. Yeah.
lingering around in there.
Mm. And there's a lot of complexity here. I'm trying to
Huh.
separate all the pieces. It does have an oaky finish, but not overwhelming. It's not super burny. I didn't get a lot of burn on that. Did you?
No. It's been so long since I've had the Willet, but I'm wondering if that's the Willet.
You think so?
I don't know.
Now a little bit more burn up on that
I
second
still didn't
taste.
get a lot of burn, but yeah, it's just that coats your mouth. That's pleasant.
I like this.
This is good.
I mean, I put this over the A already.
Yeah, which is shocking because the A had just such a darker color. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe it didn't. Maybe it was just no. It is.
it is a little bit darker.
It's
I mean, it's a
darker.
little bit of a heavier pour too.
It's a darker color, but
It's
yeah,
got a
this
nicer
is
color. But I'm liking the complexity of this.
this is good. Yeah, I don't get really a burn at all on that.
Maybe chocolate? Is that what I'm pulling on that?
I'm still going with maybe a chocolate covered cherry.
Oh man, a dark chocolate
Maybe.
and then maybe cherry. I'll give you that. I'm thinking it's more along the lines of something not quite as tart, like a blueberry,
Really?
some kind of berry. But I wouldn't put a cherry. Some kind of berry for me. I don't know. And then on that second, third sip, I get a little bit more burn. Then it kind of has the oaky finish.
See, I didn't get a
Smoky.
burn at all.
I don't
It
even
was
know
good.
that I would say oaky. It's almost smoky. This is a really pleasant bourbon. I really like this.
I smell some smoke on there. I'm going back in there now again.
Yeah.
I get
That's
a little
nice.
smoke.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's B's nice. I really like B right now. So
And bee's knees. See what C is? Oh wow. Now I'm being excited to see what you have on the nose for this. This is very different than the other two.
let's air it out a little bit. Let's get a little air in there.
Anything helps. Now remember when we went to that bourbon tasting class, like you stick your nose in there, but a lot of your smell has to do with your mouth too. So technically you're supposed to smell a bourbon with your mouth open to take in the odor.
I can't.
Your glass is not big enough for that.
It's not
So
big
you
enough.
do not have to put it all the way up your nose, dear. He's still gonna do it. A little bit of a beard hair in there, maybe just adds to the flavor of it. Now,
I get a fruity-
sugar. I
I
get
get
a lot of, like, almost like a fruity pebble.
I get a fruit.
Yeah. But pepper at the same time, right?
As soon as you said that, I started smelling a lot of pepper.
Sugar, like
There.
a fruity pebble, and then a pepper. But in a good way, not in a bad way.
Hmm.
This is exciting. Oh boy.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm sticking with the Fruity Pebble theme, and not in a pleasant way.
That's just it seems very.
watered down.
It just seems very blah. Just
It's a
plain.
lot of Fruity Pebble and a tiny burn, and then nothing.
I
I am not impressed.
I just get a really plain taste there. I'm not.
No pepper
nothing
at
there.
all. Hardly any burn. There's no mouthfeel. There's no long taste. I don't know. It's like this could be so much more because on the nose, I was really excited.
Yeah, there's.
I'm not impressed.
Huh. That's strange. Yeah, I'm not getting. I don't get a burn. It's almost. It feels. I hate to say it, but like very watery.
There's no mouthfeel there at all, like you said.
Some brown
No.
water right there.
Yeah, no. Ugh. No, I would put A over C. Oof. Yeah, I don't even know. This would be one like if someone poured me a glass, I'd be kind enough to take a couple sips and figure out how to make it into a cocktail.
Wow. Huh.
Whew. All right, let's see D.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think that could be? Do you think that could be the Forester?
I mean, no. I'm hedging my bets that A is the Old Forester. Now, here's the thing: all four of these bottles that we are tasting are really top-notch distilleries, and I feel like sometimes people just prefer certain taste over another. So just because C doesn't work for me or you doesn't mean it doesn't work for someone else. If I had to guess, I would put my bets on Old Forester Billionaire, just because I feel like for me personally, they have such a strong taste. Now, we're really putting myself to the test here when we do this great reveal. We haven't tasted B yet.
This is what I find interesting to try to figure this out. If we can, the longer we do this, maybe start to figure out what is what without knowing it. And like, hey, this does taste like a Forester. Oh, hey, this does taste like a Willet or.
Well, this is our problem. I mean, you can see
It's not a problem.
from
It's not a problem.
your perspective in this camera, you have about 1/4 of the look of how much bourbon we have. So even to ask us if we had a favorite everyday pour, there would
every
be
day it's something
not
different.
one, because it's always different every day, which makes it kind of exciting. But I think that if we don't stick with one certain kind of bourbon, because you could buy an Old Forester one day and then buy an Old Forester from a different liquor store, from a different batch or a different date, and it's going to taste a little different, right? That's what's exciting about the bourbon. But I think to sit here and try to sip and say, oh, this is definitely, would be not fair, not right, almost impossible, dare I say. Because each bottle can be just a little bit different.
Maybe.
Or you just have to have a more professional palate than me.
We're not that great yet.
Not yet. Well, happy to take up this education, though, if it
Yes.
means I get to drink more
What
bourbon.
are we on? Are we
We're
on
on
D?
D.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Yep,
I almost went back for C.
Now, this is very sweet up front. To me, this is strawberry, cherry, sugar cherry. Yeah, I don't get any chocolate.
I do get a lot of fruit up front.
Yep,
That's nice. That's a nice smell.
that is
I
a
like
very nice nose.
Like that.
Very, very nice. And I'm a huge fan of cherry in my bourbon anyways. Ooh, and I tasted a lot of cherry right up front. Oh, very cherry. Like, it's a cherry that hits you right out of the gate for me and then lingers before the burn even hits.
I don't get any burn, but I do get a fruit flavor.
Very cherry.
But still,
Sugar cherry.
it's not a lot of complex. Still very blah,
Little oak.
but I got a lot of fruit up front.
I would agree. It's not super complicated, but this drink would prevent me from having to go back to the refrigerator and pull out a bourbon cherry to add to my drink because it already has the cherry in it. There's a little burn there at the end. It takes a minute to get there.
I don't get it. Slight maybe, but
And then cherry just lingers on the palate.
there's a
I
lot.
like this.
There's a lot. Really?
I do. Yep.
You like out of all of them?
Oh, no. I'd still put B as my number one.
I think B was
Yeah.
very nice.
But very closely shadowed by that. I'm excited to see what this is because I could see this, whatever this is, maybe being a potential everyday pour that I would go back to.
I don't know if I want to know what it is then. It's a little scary.
Were any of these bottles
That's
hard to obtain?
The Willet Rye, it's hit and miss. It's a lot more available than what it was when I bought it. Like I said, I think I've had that Willet Rye for maybe 3 or 4 years.
Really?
So I've had it for a while. I bought it when it was really hard to get, and I bought it in Illinois. The single barrel Russells is not hard to get. I
Okay.
believe it's not. Michter's Rye is not hard to get. I'm still really wanting to try their barrel proof rye.
Oh yeah.
And
What are we
there's
trying today?
Just
Single
their
barrel?
just single barrel rye.
Okay.
That's their shelf. It's on the shelf every day.
Yeah.
We had when we went to Neat,
Mm-hmm.
we had the 10-year rye, which was phenomenal.
So for those of you who don't know what Neat is, it's a bar in Louisville, Kentucky, bourbon bar, and they
Really cool.
have whatever they can purchase. This is the most rare, most exclusive, just from buyers who happen to collect bourbon. So you will never go to Neat and find the same bourbon, I would suspect. We had a really cool experience, bourbon there that we've never been able to see before. We'll probably never find again. It was
It's
a really
really
neat.
cool
It was a
stuff.
neat experience. If you are ever in Louisville and you're into bourbon, we would highly
Go
recommend
to
going
Neat.
to see Neat.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
what would you,
what was the other one that we have?
Oh
Michter's.
gosh, Old Forester.
Old
Forster's not hard to
the
find.
Old Forster's on,
Yeah.
it's on the shelf every day too.
Yeah.
So the Old Forester is probably the cheapest out of all 4 of them.
Seriously.
That's a 20 some odd dollar bottle,
Yeah.
25, 26.
Okay.
Single barrel rye, Russell's is probably going to be around that 70 mark. Same thing with the Willet, and then the Michter's is $45, $50.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
very all of them are pretty fair priced, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
the Willet's going to be a little more expensive just because it's Willet and they think very highly of their stuff. So, in my opinion.
Where would you put? What would you rank as number 1 out of your tastes?
I'm with you too. I liked the mouthfeel of
Yeah.
D.
Me too.
It was very. I mean, there was a lot there.
There was a lot there. I
A
agree.
lot going on. I liked it. I enjoyed
What
it.
would you put as number 2?
I forgot to turn the ice maker off. Sorry. I don't know.
I mean, I'd have to put D. I mean, I feel like I like D so well that it's a hard call between B and D. What helps me to differentiate between the two is that B is so complex and so, like you said, the mouthfeel, the long taste, the right up front, the nose. I mean, everything about this is really well balanced. I like D, but I like it because I like a cherry and a bourbon. When I'm drinking a Neat. I mean, I like cherry in a cocktail too, but my go-to is a Neat bourbon with a cherry and a tiny bit of the cherry juice because I like how that tames the heat down a little bit. I'd prefer it that way than even a little bit of water in my bourbon, just a splash of water.
I think I'd go with you on. I'd go D.
Would you?
Second. I'd
And
go
then
A
and
third,
then
and then
C.
C fourth.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
my opinion.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Before we do the big reveal, if you're enjoying this, like us, subscribe.
Oh yes.
It'd be great. Leave us
That'd
some
be great.
comments.
Any way we can improve because we're new at this.
Yeah.
Oh, also put a little plug in. We are taking a trip to Louisville soon. We're thinking on doing a distillery tour. Now we have been to several distilleries, but not several tours.
Only done the Stitzel-Weller tour.
So we're looking at doing a tour in Louisville, and I know there's so many great places to choose. But be interested to know what your reference or recommendation would be if you had to do a distillery tour down there.
Which
Other
one
than the
would you pick?
Stitzel-Weller, where would you pick? Because we are tossing up the idea of Willet, Old Forester, Castle and Key. I mean, come on, a Castle. What was the other? Oh, Peerless. So History's just really impressed with the distillery
Peerless
in
was
general.
cool.
So
I would probably
Buffalo Trace.
kick out Willet.
Would you? You suggested
I
Willet.
did not suggest Willet. I think Willet.
What
Willet,
did you suggest? Other than Willet.
Michter's.
Michter's. My apologies.
I
Michter's.
suggested Michter's or the Evan Williams experience. And the reason I
Not
did,
super impressed with their distillery.
that's Heaven Hill.
I was not able to go to Heaven Hill because it was shut down at the time.
No, we went to Heaven Hill.
It
we
was
filled our
Evan
bottle.
Williams. They literally had a barrel,
Oh.
a bottle pouring down in their lobby, and it was this small, and you had to climb up 3 stories.
It's small, but I think you get a special bottle. you go do the tour. So that's kind of why I want to do it. Is for the
No,
special
I'll
bottle.
give you something. Evan Williams makes a really good bourbon cherry. I do. As I went in there, bought the bourbon cherry, looked around, and said, "Okay, I'm done."
Yeah,
But maybe because I couldn't explore all 3 rounds, I think I left you in the car with the kids.
maybe.
Yeah. Anyways, it kind of sum this up, so we're getting a little long. Put your recommendation in there for what distillery you might recommend that we visit when we're down there next. So
yeah.
Let's see what's under the box. I'm excited to see.
And this, I did not buy a case of Eagle Rare. This was a box of bourbon I bought. There was maybe a bottle of Eagle Rare, maybe not. I don't know. I just got the box, and it's pretty, and I don't want to get rid of it. So, okay.
He's a bit of a collector.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. All right. So, Willet 4-year, which was 105, was D.
Ooh, really? The Willet? Okay,
Willet was
the cherry.
D.
My cherry was the D. Okay, what was Old Forester?
Old Forester,
Tell me that was A.
100 proof was A. Wow, look at you. Man, see, you're getting it. You're getting it. Jeez, B is Russell's
Reserve. Ooh.
Oh, single barrel rye.
See,
Love
now
it.
I am a sucker for their label. I like that whole tree kind of concept.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am very disappointed.
Nichters
is
C?
C.
And that's the distillery you want to visit? I don't know. I think that might have just pulled that distillery right out of the mix. Now, this was their rye, so we'd have to try their other bourbon. If we do go, we know to skip the rye.
Well, and that's what, I mean, it's 84 proof.
Oh, okay.
So,
see,
I mean, it's
up against the other bourbons.
I'm sorry. I mean, we're proof hounds.
Yeah. I mean, I like a little burn with the bourbon.
We need the proof. So 84. So that's why we felt like it
Russell's
was water.
Reserve. Now that's
Russell's was 104.
Yeah.
The Old Forester was 100. So 100 or 84, 100. What did I say this was? 104.
104.
And then 105.
Okay.
So,
so had we to do this again, we would have put the Michter's first, so we didn't get all of the heat first, and then try to enjoy a lesser proof. So, but yeah, there it is.
Well,
all right, Russell's Reserve.
I know we like their 10-year.
Yeah.
Of this, it was
I bet
amazing.
it's a little hotter, the 10-year.
It probably was. I really want to try their barrel proof rye. I've heard great things about it.
Okay.
So, I'm not going to count them out yet.
Okay. Well, yeah, all the time. Maybe we can visit.
I don't want to. What did we say was 2? A?
Yeah. Well, no, we put the Willet as number 2, and then the Old Forester is number 3, and then the Michter's number 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't even remember.
So, but because of the cherry, I think I put Willet up there. I mean, the Old Forester is a little bit more complex, but I had to really be in the mood for that. Now, the 1920 was it the 1920 I really, really liked?
I think it was either 1920 or 1910.
That Bourbon Club, we tried it. And I think it was the 1920, and it had less of that licorice feel. I'm not a huge licorice fan, which is why I had to be careful with Old Forester. But I mean, this I would go back to. But I feel like for this rye, it would be better suited for me personally in a cocktail.
I don't know.
We could try that old Manhattan with the Old Forester rye.
I don't know if it tells you age statements. I'm not seeing an age statement on these, and I'm not really totally looking.
Well, this is fun. Would you do another blind tasting?
Oh, I like the blind because it gives you you don't know what you're trying, so it could be anything.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to remember what I thought was what was what when I said, "Hey,
you've had too much," and you were complaining that I was going to drink too much.
Well, I had more sips.
Maybe so, and you had the suggestion, and maybe next time what we'll do is to try different. So your A is different from my A, and whatever, and we mix them up for each other and see if we still land on the same bourbon. That'd be kind of a fun.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be really interesting. This was good times.
It was good
I like
times.
it.
It's fun. Yeah.
Battle of the Ryes. Russell's
takes the lead.
Shockingly. Good stuff. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying this. If you're not, please hit it anyways. Help us out and leave us some comments. Southside Sippers, have a good one.
Sip responsibly.
Like I said, I had too much to drink. Sip responsible, guys.